Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy EmeryReigns here, bringing you another Dead or Alive 6 related video. This video is going to be mainly talking about Rachel and the viability that I think she has in Dead or Alive 6. You guys know she was in Dead or Alive 5, and in Dead or Alive 5, a lot of people consider Rachel to just be that very dominant, very strong and balanced character. Very strong character because she did a lot of damage, she was heavy, and also she had really good tracking, really good offensive holds, and she could play the ground game really well with the stomp. So, in Dead or Alive 6, you won't really find too many differences with her. The character is still very strong in my opinion, if not stronger, and I'm going to go into the details on why I think that Rachel is such a good character. So I made a little list here, and we're going to kind of go through everything, and I'm going to actually go back and pick a midweight so you guys can see what I want to show you with a couple of different things. So, let's see here, we'll just go with the Chamber Potential. And the first thing we're going to talk about pretty much is Rachel's strengths, the things that make this character really good. First and foremost, Rachel has really good movement. Backdash is very good. You know, that's always really important because not all characters have really good backdashes, like Rikuto's backdash sucks. So, yeah, backdash is there. She's got offensive holds. So, she's got these new offensive holds here, which is the quarter circle back input, and they do pretty good amount of damage on high counter. It does over 100. I want to say it's like 113 damage or something. She can also just do it by itself without charging it, which is just hitting the command there. 18 frames at the fastest it can go. And she has the middle one, which you'll see if you charge it a little bit, you'll go into the purple stuff. You fully charge it, and you get this one here. It's going to be 37 frames. And as you can see, they all do pretty good amount of damage for what they are. They did switch up Rachel's forward grab in this game. That's no longer this grab, which is a forward grab before. The good thing about that throw is you can go into the stomp if they don't take up off the floor, which is really cool. So she got really good offensive holds off of that. She's got forward grab, which is really good because it puts your character in a back turn state at +7. You don't get anything guaranteed here, but you can go into a 50-50. You can do an offensive hold. As you can see when you jump over, if it's just staying there, she turns you around, does the offensive hold. And then also you can delay it if you want to go for more of a crazy mix up there. And also you can just do mids and stuff like that to kind of keep your opponent guessing. So, offensive holds are there. She has another offensive hold, and she can do it out of her string, which is punch, throw. And the same thing now on counter, or high counter rather. High counter, if you get this throw, you get this all guaranteed, just like you did in DOA6. I gotta do it, hold on. What the hell? So yeah, you get that all guaranteed, just like you did in DOA6, you get this throw on high counter. There it is with this. You get that, all that damage guaranteed, 83 damage, pretty good damage guaranteed off of that offensive hold there. So as you guys can see, she's got the two main offensive holds. She also has a low throw offensive hold, which is really good, and it'll actually catch your opponent. I'll show you guys real quick. Strike, low, punch. As you can see, it's going to catch somebody out of doing an attack if they're at disadvantage, and it works really well. So, back to what we were talking about here. So she got really good offensive holds, low offensive holds. She's got a really good damage output. So like you would do like a combo like this kind of. You would also do the sit down stun there as well, but I didn't want to hit the wall. So as you can see, like that's without the actual fatal stun afterwards. So 165, and again she can close hit really easy off of back 8 to K. She can get her close hit combo. 94 damage off of one stun into a launcher, and again she can do it off of this as well. So pretty much every one of Rachel's launchers, you know, you're gonna get that close hit combo. The only one I don't think you can do it off of is her mid kick. Yeah, you cannot do it off of that, but I mean off of the high launcher and the mid punch launcher, you can get both of those combos, and that's really good because a lot of characters like Momiji, as you guys know, Momiji can't really get her bound off of fucking anything. So damage output is really good. Another new thing she got in this game is hit confirm attacks off her punch, back punch, as well as her regular up punch. If you hit throw when the move connects, you'll get that. And this works really well for like whiff punishment. If you catch somebody ducking, it does this on normal hits, so that's really cool. They added that into the game. Rachel's tracking is definitely some of the best in the entire game. She has a tracking launcher. It isn't safe on block, but it does track. And if you fuck around and catch somebody with that on counter hit, you're gonna eat this every single time. So I think that's really good. Also, she's got back punch, which is one of the best tracking moves in the game, sitting at 16 frames. It's not super fast, but 16 frames for a track in mid, especially one that is a 4-hit string, especially that goes into a low. Like she has options, low or the mid option right there, and then a 16 frame startup, it tracks. It's really good. Down back punch obviously is going to track on counter hit. That's not guaranteed, but it does lead into a launch where you can catch one of these. And I believe you can actually do this as well. Yep. So that's really sick that she can get that off of her down back punch. And a lot of people don't have follow-ups off of their down back punch, especially one that's going to fucking launch you. So that's really great. Another good thing about Rachel that she has that a lot of people forget to mention is that Rachel has a +1 down punch. Let me take it off a counter here so you can see. So as you can see, +1 down punch leaves her +1. That makes her fastest forward punch 12 frames and her jab 10 frames. So that's really good for a slower character to have that. Also, she's super fucking heavy. She's the heaviest weight class in the game. You can barely combo Rachel, guys. Like, unless you're a character that specializes in getting bounds off of really early launches and really low launches, you're not really going to combo Rachel. And that works in her advantage because you got to think about it. If you can't combo a character that well, that means you can't bound them that well, and that means ultimately that you can't do that much damage to them. So she actually loses damage when you're fighting against her. She makes your opponent not be able to do that much damage to her in combos. Another good thing Rachel has is that she has a super launcher throw, her full circle or a half circle forward throw. As you can see, it causes this here, which you can actually go directly into the close hit, or you can go into the break blow here. Go for a launch, you do whatever you want essentially. So as you can see, that's pretty good damage, and that's all off of this, off of this throw. Another good thing she can do off of this throw is something I came up with way back in DOA6. You'll see a lot of Rachel players doing this to this day. It's like a 1-frame tech. You have 1 frame to tech here, and if you don't tech, you do up punch, and you get that stomp damn near guaranteed. I made a video back on it years ago, and I found it out. But yeah, you get the stomp pretty much guaranteed. It's really hard to get out of it. It's good to be able to keep your pressure and keep your Oki going. Another good thing that Rachel has is essentially just that she has a couple of guard breaks. She doesn't really have a bunch of them, but I'll show you guys some of the main ones. You're not really going to see a lot of these guard breaks, but she does have access to a couple. So quarter circle forward punch is -1, I believe. Not super horrible. It's 20 frames, which is pretty fast. And for her to be a slower character, it's obviously going to turn all her moves into something that's going to be 1 frame slower. So her forward punch will be 14 frames, jab will be 12 frames. So you can't really use this to keep pressure, but it is completely safe. You can always do a crush after, or you can do whatever you want. Do a down punch and get +1 and get your frame advantage back. It really depends on the option you want to take. Or you can always do this and just simply sidestep. You know what I mean? That's always going to be a guess. You're going to make them do a tracking move. So yeah, she's got a couple of guard breaks. Forward kick being +1. I believe you can make this +2 possibly. I think maybe on tip range you can get it. It just doesn't have, as you can see, it doesn't have a big hitbox. But I believe you can get this to be +1 on tip. No, +3 on tip range, which is really good. And a lot of times you may get this, you may accidentally get this on tip range, especially because it is a running attack. So you may fuck around and get that on tip range. Another guard break that she has is her full her full back punch string, which is pretty much never going to hit your body. People are going to hold this every single time if you try to do it, but you can always free cancel into the throw if they try to hold or sidestep. This is +1 on block, and I want to say she has another one. So that one is actually +2, but again, this is another one you're never really going to get like that. People are usually going to hold mid punch as soon as they see that string come out. Another thing that she has is 3P plus K, which is -4. Not really a super good guard break that you're going to use a lot, but it is there, and also a forward punch, big punch, which is the same string, and there is low. None of her guard breaks leave her unsafe, but they're definitely something that you can use to kind of keep pressure on people if you want to crush or sidestep. Some of Rachel's main weaknesses now. Her main weakness, in my opinion, is just that she's slow, and that's pretty much her only real important weakness that she has. Again, she's got the 13 frame mid and the 11 frame jab. She can't really contest the faster characters. However, if you're really good at holding, you can stop your opponent from trying to strike you with too many fast attacks. And again, you always have the sidestep mechanic. Works really well for her because all you need is meter to do it. But on top of that, it's really evasive and it has a really quick startup on it. So sidestep is really good to use with Rachel, especially because she's slow. And pretty much, like I said, that's pretty much the only weakness that I really think Rachel has, guys. I think Rachel's really good. She's not linear. She does high damage. She's got a super launcher throw. She's got force text. Oh, the main thing that I want you guys to know about Rachel, in case you don't know this, going back to talking about this setup right here, if you do that, as you can see, this stomp forces you up off of the ground into a +15 mix-up. Now, granted, there's setups that you can come up with Rachel where if you do that stomp, you can keep her safe. They're never going to be plus, but she's safe. But you can also do setups that are going to leave you unsafe, so you got to be careful with the stomp. The good thing about the stomp is that no one wants to get stomped. So if you ever have somebody in a situation where they can tech up, 99% of the time they're going to tech up, because if they don't tech up to try to wake up kick or delay wake up kick, they're going to get stomped. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be careful. The stomp is good because it forces people to get off the floor, which means it forces people to get off the floor into an offensive hold, into a tracking move, into another throw. I can literally keep looping this if they don't want to duck or hit a button. You can keep looping that into an offensive hold, whatever you want. So stomp is really good, and most of the characters in the game don't have the ability to tech people up, so her having that definitely makes her really, really strong in this game. So all in all, I'm hearing a lot of people saying Rachel's not that good of a character, she's not as good as 5, and that's 100% not true. This character is phenomenal. You know, she has one weakness mainly, and it's pretty much just that she's slow, but other than that, this character is super good. She can play the ground game, offensive holds, good damage tracking. She's just the full fucking package as a character. If I had to put Rachel in any tier, I'd have to say that she's in the bottom of high tier or the middle of high tier. I wouldn't really put her top tier because I don't think she's on that top level up there with those characters, but I do think that she's definitely at least somewhere in high tier. I think she's a really, really strong character, and it's cool to see her back. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you guys learned something. I will catch you guys next time. Please be sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and be sure to subscribe for more DOA content coming at you. Peace.